deny the Edmonton Oilers play with a loaded deck. Tonight, the Toronto Maple Leafs visit the Oilers before a full house in Edmonton live on CHCH. The Leafs on CHCH, brought to you by Molson Canadian. Taste that'll stop you cold. And by Sony. Sony brings you what the future has in store. The Oilers and Leafs have met 24 times in history, Edmonton having garnered 34 of a possible 48 points, and yet while the Leafs failed to hit the win column, they have hit. In 1981, prospect Bill McCreary leveled Wayne Gretzky. You'll excuse Gretzky if he forgets the hit, and fans if they forget McCreary. His career lasted but 12 games. Last year, Toronto's last win over Edmonton, Miroslav Fricher scored 4 goals to lead the way. The Leafs win by 2 and earn 2 points in a matchup which always carries a special meaning.
I think probably a couple of reasons why we get up for the Oilers so much is, number one, the fact that they're probably one of the best teams in the National Hockey League, and everybody wants to knock off the top teams, and we're no exception. And of course, number two reason is you're playing against probably one of the best players in the league, in Wayne Gretzky, and we especially try to stop him and beat his hockey club.
Well, 5 and the Leafs are ready. I expect the Edmonton Oilers will be too. Good evening, I'm Ron Maclean. I say Edmonton ought to be ready. They are coming into this game off of a loss that Peter Pocklington described as their worst at home in 5 years. They fell 5-3 to the Caps over the weekend. Few would deny Rendezvous had some impact on that. The Toronto Maple Leafs are hot, having lost just 1 of their last 6, and the Norris Division standings show it's important for Toronto to be winning right now. They're currently 4 back of the Wings, but Detroit has a game in hand, and the Leafs must fend off St. Louis and the Chicago Blackhawks. In the Smythe Division, the Oilers have things pretty much their own way with an 11-point cushion over the Winnipeg Jets, who are in action tonight. Edmonton is first in their division and first overall in the NHL. But despite 79 points, Edmonton is 5 points behind their pace of a year ago. The Toronto Maple Leafs, conversely, are 5 points from where they were all of last year. They have 52 at 57 on the season a year ago. They're 14 ahead of what they did last season. Joining me on the telecast tonight to provide the play-by-play and color commentary, Peter Marr and Brad Selwood. And in our intermissions this evening, profiles of Gary LaRiviere and Mike Krushelnyski, and we'll bring you highlights of the Winnipeg Jets and the Detroit Red Wings. Up next, it's the Toronto Maple Leafs and Edmonton Oilers on CHCH.